Hello and welcome, students. Welcome to your own YouTube channel, Being Learners. Here today we will try to solve 2021 question paper mathematics. Okay, so let's start without wasting any time. So we'll check the question number one. So question number one was very easy. Just you have to save your time to solve this type of lengthy questions. These are lengthy questions, but you can solve it very quickly by using these tricks. So what you will do, you will directly write here. Okay. So what you will write, 9 ones are 9 plus 1, 10 upon 9. So you will get here 10 upon 9 downside. And here you're having 1 plus 1 upon this. So what you will get 1 plus 9 upon 10. Okay. So now what you will get, 10 plus 10 ones are 10 plus 9, 19 upon 10. And what you have, 1 plus 1 upon this. Okay. So now this will be converted at 1 plus 10 upon 19. So what you will do, 19 ones are 19 plus 10, 29 upon 19. So you have the answer A, that is 29 by 19. Okay, I hope you understand this trick, how to solve this very quickly. Okay, now we'll check the second question, which is related to the recurring decimal. Okay, recurring decimal, we don't write 3.2 bar as 3.2 32 by 10. We don't write this. This is wrong. Okay. So you cannot write like this for recurring decimals. For recurring decimals, what you have to write, you can write first you have to break it in 3 plus 0.2 recurring. Okay. So for 0.2, you can write 2 by 9. Okay. 0.2, you can write 2 by 9. So 3 plus 2 by 9 plus, in the same way, you can write 5.4 as a 5 plus 0.4. Okay, so it will be 5 plus 4 upon 9. For recurring, you should have 0.4. Okay, so you can write it 0.4. You can write it as a 4 by 9 in a fraction. Okay, recurring decimals can be written as the vulgar fraction, that is called 4 by 9. Okay, so now you have to add this all four. So directly you can take LCM 9. So 9 threes are 27. Okay, plus 2 plus 5 nines are 45 plus 4. So if you add 7 plus 2, 9 plus 5, 14 plus 4, 8. Okay, 18, 18, 8, carry 1, 4 plus 1, 5 plus 2, 7. So 78 by 9. So 4 is your correct answer. Okay, I hope you are getting my points. Okay, now question number 3, we can solve it. What should be added to minus 7 by 3 to get 3 by 7? Simply, you have to convert these wordings into your algebraic expression. You have learned algebra, so directly you can write it as minus 7 by 3. What it is saying that what should be added? What should be added? So x should be added in it to get 3 by 7. So simply x is equal to, you can write 3 by 7 as it is plus 7 by 3. Okay. So LCM is 21 and this 9 plus 7, 7 is 49. So 9 plus 9, 18. Carry 1, 4 plus 1, 5, 48 by 21. So you're having this 2 as an answer. Okay. Next question we can see, question number 4. The difference between two whole numbers is 66. Okay. The ratio of two numbers is 5:2. The two numbers are. Okay. So you can solve it by the basic method also, and you can, for test, you should use the short tricks. Okay. For the test, what you can do, you can have the elimination method of solving the question. Elimination method. Okay, what is the elimination method? You can eliminate all the 3 wrong answers. Okay, so the difference is 66. Here you can find the difference as 54. So this is eliminated. 100 minus 33, it is 63. So this also eliminated. Here difference is 66, and here difference is 66. But you can check 5 upon 2. 5:2. So here the ratio is 33, 3 is 99, 3:1. Here the ratio is, so this is wrong. So now you can say third one is the correct answer. Okay. So this was the short trick what the merit students do in the test. Okay. With the simple technique, you cannot solve 50 questions in Sainik School entrance examination. Okay. Keep in mind, write it down anywhere you want, that with a typical method, you cannot solve 50 questions within the given time. Okay, so you have to be very clever, very smart, and you have to use the short tricks, and it will come only by practice. You cannot learn, you can have practice, you can practice, and you can learn these techniques. Okay, without practice, you cannot do. So this was the short trick. And what is the basic method? So I will help you to find by basic method also. So what is the basic method? Basic method is that the difference is 66. Okay, so first number is x and the other number is x minus 66. Okay, the difference is 66. That's why first number is x and the other number is x minus 66. And this is equal to 5 by 2. Why? Because the ratio between this is 5:2. So you have to do the cross multiplication. You can get 2x is equal to 5x minus 66 into 5. That is 5 6 are 30, 0, 3, carry 3, 5 6 are 33. Okay, 5x. So it will be 5x minus 2x, 3x, and this will be 330. So x is equal to 330 divided by 3. So x is equal to 330 divided by 3, that is 110. So you can get this answer third. Okay, so this was the basic method. And before I already told you what was the elimination method. Okay, next we will see question number 5. If angle A and C are two opposite angles of a parallelogram, so in parallelogram, you know opposite angles are always equal. Okay, so you can have this answer 2 angle A is equal to angle C. Very easy question. Okay, now question number 6. The length of the diagonal of a rhombus are 16 centimeter and 12 centimeter. So this is rhombus. All sides are equal in rhombus. Opposite angles are equal. So what is given? The two diagonals are given. So this is the diagonal, and you know diagonals bisect each other at 90 degree. Okay, so you can have this as a 8 and this as a 6 because it is bisected by both diagonals intersect and bisect each other at 90 degree. Okay, so this is 6, this is 8. So by Pythagorean triplet, you know 3, 4, 5 is the Pythagorean triplet, and if you multiply by 2, 6, 8, and 10 are Pythagorean triplet. So it will be 10. Side will be of 10 centimeter. Okay, so answer is 2. Now question number 7. If the mean of the following data is 8, okay, mean and average is both are the same. Find the x. So you have to add it. 4 plus 2, 6, 6 plus 8, 14, 14 plus 6, 20, 20 plus 5, 25. And x is there, 25 plus x. If you will be divide, you will divide it by the number of data. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So divided by 6, that is equal to what is the mean? That is 8. So 25 plus x is equal to 6 8s are 48. So x is equal to 48 minus 25. That is 5 plus 3, 8. 2 plus 2, 4. So 23 is your correct answer. Hope you understand all this method. So now question number 8. Data collected in a survey shows that 40% of the buyers are interested in buying a particular brand of toothpaste. The central angle in degrees of the sector of the pie chart representing this information is. So in pie chart, this is 60%. 40% is what the survey shows that 40% buyers are toothpaste. So whatever it is. So 40% you have to convert in the angle. So 40% is what is the equal angle for pie chart. So 360 degree is 100%. So you have to find 40% of 360 degree. So 360 degree, 40% of 360 degree, how you can find? You have to multiply by 40 and divide by 100. So both 0 will cut by 100 and it will be 36 into 4. 4 6 is 24, carry 2, 4 3 is 12 plus 2, 144. So the answer is third, 144. Now question number 9. The monthly salary of a person, this is also pie chart. Okay. So the monthly salary of a person is 15,000. The central angle of the opposite. This 9th question is opposite to the question number 8. So now here angle is given 60 degree. So don't confuse in your examination that angle with the angle and percentage. This was the percentage in question number 8, and this is the angle 60%. So you have to be very alert. Okay. So this is 60 degree. Okay, 60 degree angle. It is making that expense of food and house rent. 60 degree angle is making. So you have to tell how much the amount he spent on food and house rent. So 60 degree total is 360 degree. Okay, 360 degree divided by 60 degree. Okay, so it will be 6 is the 36. That means 1/6. It is 1/6 of the amount salary. 1/6 of the salary is spent. He spent on food and rent house. So you have to divide it by 6. So 6 2 are 12 and 3 6 5 are 30 and 00. So 2500 is your correct answer. Okay. Now last question for this video. 10th question. The mid value of a class interval is called class mark. Okay. The mid value of the class interval is called its. This is theoretical question. You should know it. Okay. Question number 11. If the mode of a distribution is 12 and the mean is 3, what is the median? Okay. The question is, if the mode of a distribution is 12 and the mean is 3, then what is the median? So इसमें आपको पता है कि मीन, मीडियन, मोड, तीन चीजें होती हैं, ठीक है, मीन, मीडियन एंड मोड. Okay, so what is the relation between all three? So relation is mean plus 3 median is equal to mode plus 3 mean. Okay, so mean plus 3 median is equal to mode plus 3 mean. Okay, you can put the values of mean, median, mode, and you will get the required median. So you want to find this median. Okay, so keep it here. इसको यहीं पे रखेंगे हम. 3 median is equal to mode. What is mode? Mode आपका दिया हुआ है 12 plus 3 mean, and 3 3 is 9. Okay, and this mean, एक और mean है यहाँ पे, इस mean को हम दूसरे साइड में लेंगे तो माइनस का mean हो जाएगा और ये माइनस का 3 हो जाएगा. Okay, so median will be equal to 12 plus 9, that is 21 minus 3. 21 minus 3, it is 18. Okay, 18 divided by 3, that means 6. Okay, so here median is 6. Answer is 4. Clear? I hope you understand this question. Okay, now we'll see question number 12. हम question number 12 देखेंगे, ठीक है. So question number 12 is here. What is the square root of this? Okay, यहाँ पे आपको इसका स्क्वायर रूट बताना है. तो इसका स्क्वायर रूट आपको निकालने की जरूरत नहीं है. सबको पता है कि 121 का स्क्वायर रूट 11 होता है, ठीक है. वन स्क्वायर रूट ऑफ 121 is 11. Just you have to count the number, how many digits are there. So there is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 digits. 8 digit means, so there is a point decimal here. So after decimal there is 8 digit. 8 digit है decimal के बाद. तो हमारा जो इसका स्क्वायर रूट आएगा वो हमारे डेसिमल के बाद 4 डिजिट का हो जाएगा. 4 डिजिट मीन्स 2 डिजिट तो ये 11 होगा ही होगा और 2 जीरो आपके और हो जाएंगे. सो आंसर विल बी 0.0011. ओके, यू अंडरस्टैंड द कॉन्सेप्ट. जितने भी नंबर होंगे 8 या 9, यहाँ भी कितने हैं इसमें 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 है, ठीक है. 8 या 9 डिजिट होंगे तो इनका जो स्क्वायर रूट आएगा वो 4 डिजिट का ही होगा, ठीक है. ओके, बिकॉज डेसिमल में जब हम स्क्वायर करते हैं तो हमारा डबल डिजिट हो जाता है, यानी कि जीरोस और बढ़ते जाते हैं, ठीक है. ओके, सो नाउ क्वेश्चन नंबर 13. So question number 13 is here. What is the which least number should be subtracted from 108245 so as to get a perfect square? So यहाँ पे मैं आपको बताना चाहूंगा कि जब भी आपसे सब्सट्रैक्ट या ऐड पूछा जाए, ठीक है, सब्सट्रैक्ट या ऐड पूछा जाए तो बिल्कुल वेरी बेसिक मेथड आपको यूज करना है, ठीक है. इसमें शॉर्ट ट्रिक आप यूज कर सकते हो अगर आपको कुछ पता है तो, ठीक है. वैसे मेरे हिसाब से सबसे बेहतरीन और सबसे अच्छा जो तरीका है वो है आपका बेसिक मेथड, यानी कि लॉन्ग डिवीजन मेथड. सो 108245 इसको लॉन्ग डिवीजन से जब हम करेंगे तो क्या हो जाएगा, इसको पहले दो दो के इसमें ग्रुप में कर लेंगे, ठीक है. 10 है तो 3 3 9 आ जाएगा, ठीक है. 3 ऐड कर लेंगे इसमें, 9 10 में से 9 गए, एक बचा, 182 आ जाएगा, यहाँ पर आ जाएगा 3 और 3 6, ठीक है. 6 3 18 होता है. आप 3 से अगर करोगे तो 3 3 9 और 3 6 18 189 आएगा. तो इसलिए 3 से आप कर नहीं सकते तो आपको 2 से करना पड़ेगा, ठीक है. तो 2 2 4 एंड 2 6 12. कितना बचा आपके पास, 4 और 8 12, 4 प्लस 8 12, ये 7. सो 5 प्लस 2 7 58, ये क्रॉस हो जाएगा. और यहाँ पे आ जाएगा आपके, इसमें 2 ऐड करेंगे, ये हो जाएगा 64. ओके, नाउ ऊपर से लेंगे हम तो 45. ओके, सो 5845. अब यहाँ पे आपको थोड़ा सा अप्रोक्सीमेशन करना पड़ेगा कि क्या आप यहाँ पे ले सकते हो, ठीक है. तो यहाँ पे है 64, ठीक है. थर्ड डिजिट लोगे आप तो 640 से लेकर 649 तक हो सकता है, ठीक है. ओके, तो यहाँ पे हम ये इसको देखेंगे आप 5840 है, अप्रोक्सीमेटली 6000 के पास है ये, ठीक है. तो 649 यानी 10 से मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे तो 6400 आ जाएगा, ठीक है. तो 10 से तो नहीं होगा, 10 से कम होना चाहिए, यानी 10 के आसपास होगा. तो हम 9 से करके देखेंगे, ठीक है. अगर 9 से करके देखेंगे, अगर इससे ज्यादा आएगा तो यहाँ पे आपको सब्सट्रैक्ट पूछा है, ठीक है. सब्सट्रैक्ट मीन्स आपको इससे कम लाना है नंबर, ठीक है. परफेक्ट स्क्वायर चाहिए इससे छोटा, तो इससे कम कितना आएगा, तो 9 9 से 81 और 8 आया, बस एक बार आपको ट्राई करना होता है, उसके बाद आपको एग्जैक्ट पता चल जाएगा। तो 9 9 81, 8 बचा, 9 4 36, 36 प्लस 8 44, ठीक है, कैरी 4। सो 9 4 9 6 54 प्लस 4 58। तो आपको यहाँ पे मिल चुका है 5841, और यहाँ पे आपको बच रहा है 4, ठीक है। तो आपको 108245 में से 4 माइनस करना पड़ेगा, ठीक है, तभी तो यहाँ पे आपका 41 आएगा, और ये परफेक्ट स्क्वायर आ जाएगा 329 का, ठीक है। तो यहाँ से आपको समझ में आया कि आंसर क्या हो जाएगा, 4 आपको सब्सट्रैक्ट करना होगा, ठीक है। तो ये हो गया जब आपको सब्सट्रैक्ट करना है। जब ऐड वाला क्वेश्चन रहेगा, व्हाट शुड बी ऐड, तो आपको इस नंबर से ज्यादा आना चाहिए, यहाँ पे आपको सेकंड नंबर आएगा वो इससे ज्यादा आएगा, और जो डिफरेंस होगा वही आपको ऐड करना पड़ेगा, ठीक है। तो आई होप कि आप सबको ये समझ में आ रहा होगा method how to solve this question. Okay, so we will go for the next question. Next question is question number 14. So question number 14 is find the ones digit of the cube root, ठीक है। इसका cube root के ones digit पे क्या आ जाएगा। So previous question पेपर के solution आप देखोगे तो मैंने ये short trick ही आपको बताया है, unit digit short trick, unit डिजिट शॉर्ट ट्रिक मैंने बताया है बहुत सारे वीडियोस में, अगर आपने देखा होगा तो, ठीक है। तो इसके ऊपर इन्होंने क्वेश्चन ही पूछ लिया, ठीक है। इन्होंने 2021 में क्वेश्चन ही आपसे पूछ लिया कि व्हाट फाइंड द वंस डिजिट ऑफ द क्यूब रूट। सो वंस डिजिट पे क्या है 9, तो किसका क्यूब 9 आता है आपको पता है, 9 का ही क्यूब आता है, ठीक है। कैसे आता है, 9 into 9 is 81 and again it multiply by 9, so it will be 9 on the 9, 9 it's a 72, 729. So cube of 9 is 729. So last ones digit you will get 9. 9 आपको तभी मिलेगा क्यूब रूट में जब आपके यूनिट वंस प्लेस में 9 होगा, ठीक है। तो यहाँ पे आंसर आपका हो जाता है 9, ठीक है। सो नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, क्वेश्चन नंबर 15। क्वेश्चन नंबर 15 में क्या पूछा है आपसे, द स्मॉलेस्ट नेचुरल नंबर बाय विच 1296 मस्ट बी डिवाइडेड टू गेट अ परफेक्ट क्यूब, ठीक है। परफेक्ट क्यूब, अब यहाँ पे आपको डिवाइड है, तो मैंने आपको क्या बोला कि जहाँ पे प्लस और माइनस पूछेगा, यानी आपसे पूछेगा add and subtract, what should we add or what should we subtract, then you have to use the very basic method, that is long division method. And for divided and multiply, this is other type of question, the smallest number by which this number should be divided or multiplied, okay, to get perfect cube, ठीक है। तो इस for this type of questions we have to use the factorize method, prime factorization method, okay. So if you factorize 1296 by prime factorization method, what you will get, ठीक है, क्या मिलेगा आपको। तो यहाँ पे आप 2 से ना स्टार्ट करके आप क्या करेंगे, आप चेक करेंगे 8 से ये नंबर डिवाइड होता है कि नहीं होता है, ठीक है। क्यों करेंगे ऐसा, क्योंकि आपको परफेक्ट क्यूब फाइंड करना है, ठीक है। तो 2 का क्यूब क्या होता है, 8 होता है। तो यहाँ पे डायरेक्ट आप 8 से डिवाइड कर सकते हैं, और यहाँ पे नंबर देख के आप बता सकते हैं कि 8 से डिवाइड होगा। 8 3 24 और 50 से 8 से 8 से ही डिवाइड होने वाला है, इसलिए हम डायरेक्ट 8 से करेंगे और इसको हम 2 मान लेंगे, ठीक है। तो 8 मतलब क्यूब से ही आप ट्राई कर सकते हो, क्योंकि यहाँ पे आपको परफेक्ट क्यूब पता करना है, ठीक है। तो 8 से डिवाइड करेंगे तो 8 1 8, 4 बचा 49, 8 6 48, 1 बचा 16, 8 2 16। अगेन आप 8 से ट्राई करोगे, लेकिन ये 8 से डिवाइड होगा नहीं, तो आपको मजबूरन 2 से ही करना पड़ेगा, ठीक है। तो 2 8 16, और उसके बाद 2 8 16, 2 1 2, ओके। देन नाउ प्राइम फैक्टराइजेशन मींस क्या होता है, 2 और 3, 2 जो प्राइम नंबर्स हैं उसी से डिवाइड करना होता है। 8 मैंने इसलिए लिया है क्योंकि 2 का क्यूब होता है 8, यानी 3 बार 2 2 2 लेने से अच्छा आप एक बार 8 से डिवाइड कर लो, तो इसको आप क्यूब रूट 2 मान सकते हो, ठीक है। तो अब यहाँ पे 3 2 6 एंड 3 7 21, 3 से कर लेंगे, 3 9 27, 3 3 9, 3 1 3, ठीक है। तो यहाँ पे ये क्यूब बन जाएगा इसका परफेक्ट क्यूब, ठीक है, क्यूब रूट, ओके। तो बचा क्या आपको क्यूब रूट निकालने में, क्या बचा, ये 3 2 6 बच रहा है आपको, ठीक है। तो आप अगर इस नंबर को 6 से डिवाइड कर दोगे तो दैट विल बिकम ए परफेक्ट क्यूब, ओके। सो इट विल बी लाइक 2 into 2 into 2 into 3 into 3 into 3। तो यही आपका परफेक्ट क्यूब हो जाएगा, किसका, 2 और 2 into 3 यानी 6 का परफेक्ट क्यूब, 6 का क्यूब हो जाएगा। ये आपका 6 से डिवाइड कर दोगे इसको तो 6 2 12 और 6 1 6 और 36 6 216, 6 का क्यूब हो जाएगा आपका 216, ठीक है। सो दिस इज परफेक्ट क्यूब, ओके। सो नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन देखेंगे हम। सो नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज व्हाट, 72% of students know good students are good in mathematics, okay, 72% of 25 students are good in mathematics. So how many are not good in mathematics? So not good means this is आप सोच रहे होंगे कि ये क्वेश्चन परसेंटेज का है, लेकिन ये परसेंटेज का नहीं, ये क्वेश्चन प्रोबेबिलिटी का है. ठीक है, दिस क्वेश्चन बिलोंग्स टू प्रोबेबिलिटी. सो दिस इज योर फेवरेबल कंडीशन. सो व्हाट इज नॉट फेवरेबल? सो सब्सट्रैक्टेड फ्रॉम 100 से इसको माइनस कर देंगे तो वो आपका नॉट फेवरेबल इवेंट हो जाएगा. ठीक है, सो इट विल बी 28%. सो how many are not good in mathematics? 28% of the students is not good in the mathematics. So you have to find 28% of 25. ओके, तो क्या करना है यहाँ पे आपको? सिंपल आपको ये देखना है कि नॉट गुड मैथमेटिक्स में कितने हैं. तो 100 में से माइनस कर लेंगे 72, तो दैट विल बी 28%. तो 28% ऑफ 25 इज व्हाट? 28 into 25 divided by 100. 25 for the 100, 4 for the 28. So 7 students are there who are not good in mathematics. Okay, now question number 17. ठीक है, question number 17. I purchased 1 dozen of pencil at the rate of 5 पैसे per pencil. ठीक है, ये रेट एक पेंसिल का है, ना कि एक दर्जन पेंसिल का. ठीक है, 5 पैसे पर पेंसिल. फॉर हाउ मच शुड आई सेल अ पेंसिल टू मेक 20% प्रॉफिट? एक पेंसिल को सेल कितने में करेंगे ताकि 20% प्रॉफिट होगा? So simply you can find 20% of 5. So it will be like this: 20, 5 is 100, 5 1 is 5. So it will be like 1 paise. So you have to make 1 paise profit and you have purchased in 5 paise. तो आप क्या करोगे? 5 paise plus 1 paise यानी कि 6 पैसे में आप बेचोगे तो आपको 20% का फायदा होगा. So answer will be 3. Okay. Now question number 18. So question number 18 is some amounts 4,410 after 2 years 5% compound interest per annum. What is the principal amount? ठीक है, यहाँ पे आपको प्रिंसिपल अमाउंट पूछा है तो ये आप यहाँ पे इस्तेमाल करोगे एलिमिनेशन मेथड. ठीक है, एलिमिनेशन मेथड कैसे एलिमिनेट करोगे? आप गलत आंसर को एलिमिनेट करना है. ठीक है, तो आप देखो यहाँ पे 5% है कंपाउंड इंटरेस्ट, यानी कि 2 साल में आपका इंटरेस्ट सिंपल इंटरेस्ट हो जाएगा 10%. और आपको पता है कि कंपाउंड इंटरेस्ट हमेशा सिंपल इंटरेस्ट से थोड़ा ज्यादा होता है. सो इट विल बी लाइक 10+%. तो 10% से ज्यादा आना चाहिए. सो यू हैव टू एलिमिनेट 3 आंसर्स फ्रॉम दिस 4 आंसर. 4 में से 3 आपके गलत आंसर को एलिमिनेट कर दो, आपको एग्जैक्टली 4th आंसर अपने आप मिल जाएगा. ठीक है, तो 3000 अगर प्रिंसिपल अमाउंट है तो 10% इससे क्या हो जाएगा? 300. 3300. सो इट इज फार, बहुत दूर है, 4400 से बहुत दूर है, तो ये ऐसे ही कट हो जाएगा. ठीक है, अभी यहाँ पे क्या है? 4100. ठीक है, 4100 का 10% क्या हो जाएगा? 410. इसमें 410 आप ऐड करोगे तो क्या हो जाएगा? ये 0 1 4 1 5 और ये 4 4510. ये भी कट हो गया. ठीक है, ये भी नहीं हो सकता क्योंकि अमाउंट तो आपको पता है 4410 और 4510 हो गया. ठीक है, थर्ड है आपका 4000. ठीक है, 4000 का 10% क्या हो जाएगा? 400. ठीक है, तो ये हो गया 4400. ठीक है, ये आप कंसीडर इसको कर सकते हो, लेकिन आपको एक आंसर माइनस करना है. ठीक है, तो इसका देख लेते हैं. 4200 का क्या हो जाएगा? 10% 420. तो ये हो जाएगा 4 2 4 2 6 4620. तो ये भी आपका क्रॉस हो जाएगा. क्यों? क्योंकि सम अमाउंट्स क्या है? 4410 है. ठीक है, तो ये एलिमिनेशन मेथड बहुत ही इसमें काम करता है इस वाले इस टाइप के क्वेश्चन में जहाँ पे प्रिंसिपल पूछा जाता है. ठीक है, बाकी आपको सम अमाउंट जब आपको सम अमाउंट पूछेगा, ये वाला पार्ट पूछेगा तो उसके लिए अलग शॉर्टकट है. ठीक है, जब प्रिंसिपल पूछेगा तो इस टाइप से एलिमिनेट करके आप बहुत ही इजीली आंसर बता सकते हो. ठीक है, नेक्स्ट देखते हैं. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन क्या है हमारा? क्वेश्चन नंबर 19. What will you get when you subtract 3x minus 4y minus 7z from the sum of x minus 3y plus 2z and minus 4x plus 9y? That means what is the question here? What will you get when you subtract? इसको घटाना है. ठीक है, इसको क्या करना है? घटाना है. तो ये बिल्कुल आपको इसमें अलजेब्रा में क्या है, आपको सिर्फ क्वेश्चन पे ध्यान देना है कि किसमें से किसको घटाना है. तो इसको घटाना है किसमें से? फ्रॉम द सम, यानी इन दोनों को जोड़ने के बाद जो आता है उसमें से ये घटाना है. तो आप डायरेक्टली जो भी स्टेटमेंट है उसको लिखना सीखो, आप कैसे लिखते हैं स्टेटमेंट को. तो इस स्टेटमेंट को लिखने का तरीका क्या है? इस स्टेटमेंट को सेम हम मैथमेटिक्स लैंग्वेज में कैसे लिखेंगे? इन दोनों को जोड़कर इसमें से घटा देना है. तो इन दोनों को जोड़ेंगे तो कोई साइन चेंज नहीं होगा, सीधा सीधा लिख देना है इसको. ठीक है, या अगर आपको टाइम बचाना है तो लिखने की भी जरूरत नहीं है. ठीक है, इन दोनों को जोड़ना है तो समझ लो कि जुड़ा हुआ है, प्लस का साइन है बीच में, तो ये दोनों जुड़ा हुआ है. बस आपको इसको घटाना है. तो इसको जब घटाना है तो आप यहाँ पे माइनस साइन दो और सारे साइन को चेंज कर दो. ठीक है, -3x प्लस का 4y प्लस का 7z. ठीक है, ये आपको अब इसको कंसिडर नहीं करना है, ये 3 करना है. 1 2 3. तो इसमें आप x फैमिली को देख लो. x फैमिली में क्या है? ये 1x है, यहाँ -4 है, यहाँ -3 है. -4 -3 -7 प्लस 1 यानी कि -6x हो गया. y देख लो 3y है. ठीक है, 3y है, ये 9y प्लस का है और ये 4y प्लस का है. तो 9 + 4 13, 13 - 3 इट इज 10y प्लस का, बिकॉज प्लस का ज्यादा है. ओके, नाउ z का देखेंगे, 2z, यहाँ 11z माइनस का, यहाँ प्लस का, तो प्लस प्लस को ऐड कर लेंगे, 7 + 2 9, 9 और यहाँ पे माइनस का 11 है, ठीक है, तो माइनस का 11 ज्यादा है 9 से, तो माइनस का 2z आंसर आ गया, ठीक है, तो क्या आंसर आ गया, -6x + 10y - 2z, सो फर्स्ट इज योर करेक्ट आंसर. Okay, I hope you all understand the fast and short trick. Now, last question for this video. Question number 20. Find the remainder when 5x square minus 4x plus 3 is divided by 2. तो अब आपको इससे डिवाइड नहीं करना है, डिवाइड करते बैठेंगे बहुत टाइम आपका लॉस होने वाला है. तो सिंपली क्या करना है आपको, यू हैव टू पुट x minus 2 is equal to 0. What you will get, x is equal to 2. So you have to put 2 in place of x in this expression. Okay. So what you will get, 5x square means 2 square means 4 minus 4 into 2 plus 3. So क्या मिलेगा आपको, 5 4 are 20 minus 8 plus 3. Okay. So 20 minus 8, it is 12 plus 3, it is 15. So 15 is 21. If x minus 1 upon x is equal to 3, then the value of x to the power 4 plus 1 upon x to the power 4 is what? Okay. So you know you have to make it a square. Okay. Both sides square, you will get what, you will get x square plus 1 upon x square, then minus 2, that is equal to 9. Then when you take this 2 this side, you will get x square plus 1 upon x square is equal to 11. Now you have to find x to the power 4, then again you have to make it a square, both sides. Okay, so x to the power 4 plus 1 upon x to the power 4 plus 2 into 1 upon x square into 1 upon x square. So this will cut by this, you will get 2. That is equal to 121. 11 into 11, 121. So x to the power 4 plus 1 upon x to the power 4 will be equal to 121 minus 2. That is equal to 119. Okay, so answer is 119. So where is the answer? Answer is B. Okay. Here is your answer, 119. Now question number 22. So for this, you can have shortcut. If you want to remember, you can have shortcut that if you have minus here, if you have minus here, this one, then you have to subtract, you have to add 2 in this, square plus 2, and 3 square plus 2, that is equal to 11. Then again, you will get plus, so x square plus 1 upon x square. Then you have, if you square it, you have to subtract from the square of this, minus 2, that is 121 minus 2, that is 119. Okay. Now suppose if you have positive here, okay, if you have this question as like this, okay, what is the question? Like this, that it is positive plus, then what you can do, then you have to square it, 3 square, then minus 2, that is, this is a 9 minus 2, that is 7, and then again you have to square this one, and then minus 2, that is 49 minus 2, that is 47. Okay, like this you will get the answer. X to the power 4 plus 1 upon x to the power 4 is 47, if it is plus here. Okay, I hope you understand this question. Okay, you have to understand all the possibilities. Okay, from one question you can make 2-3 questions. Okay, so that you can understand what is the nature of the question and how many types of question can be made by that question. Okay, so now question number 22, the area of a square having diagonal of length d is given by. Okay, the area of a square, so let us draw a square. This square having diagonal d, diagonal is d. Okay, so what will be the area? So what is the area? Area, you know, if it is a, this is a, this is d, so area is a square. Okay, area is a square. So what a square will come? So by pi, this is 90 degrees. So by Pythagoras theorem, you can see that d square is equal to a square plus a square. Okay, so this is 2a square is equal to d square. So a square is equal to d square by 2, and this is the area a square. So now answer is d square by 2. Okay, second is the correct answer. Now question number 23. Okay, the perimeter of a circle having area 154 centimeter is, area is given, you have to find perimeter. Very easy question. You know the area of the circle is pi r square. Okay, that is equal to 154. Now you have to find r, that is equal to under root of 154 into 7 by 22. Okay, then you can divide it by 22. Okay, if you don't know, you can divide it by 11 also. 11 ones are 11, 11 fours are 44, and 11 twos are 22, 2 sevens are 14. Okay, so 7 into 7, then R is equal to 7. Okay, so you get the arcs, then you can easily find the perimeter of the circle 2 pi R. That is 2 into 22 by 7 into 7. 22 into 244 centimeters. Okay. Now let's see question number 24. Okay, find the area of the rhombus having perimeter 80 centimeter and one diagonal 24 centimeters. So let us draw a parallelogram. Okay, this is parallelogram, and one rhombus, 180 centimeter is the perimeter. So you know all the sides of the rhombus is same, is equal. Okay, so you can divide it by 4. 80 divided by 4, that is 20. So this is 20, this is 20, this is 20, this is 20, and the diagonal is 24. So suppose one diagonal is 24, this is 24. Okay, so if you remember, you can have directly the formula for the rhombus. Area of the rhombus is okay. You know the area of the rhombus is half d1 into d2. Okay, so d1 into d2 is what? Diagonal 1 and diagonal 2. So you don't know the diagonal 2 here. Okay, but you know that the two diagonals divide each other with 90 degree. Okay, so if you divide it, so it will be 12. Okay, so this you know, this 12 you know, so you can find this half of the diagonal 2. Okay, so what will be the half of the diagonal 2? Here it is 90 degree. This is 20 is hypotenuse, so you can find 20 square minus 12 square under root. Okay, so it will be 400 minus 144 under root, and then you can subtract it. 4 plus 6 10, 4 plus 5 9, and this 2 plus 1 3, 256, and you can get 16. 16 this one, so the diagonal 2 is 16 plus 16 32. So easily you can have the area of the rhombus. Okay, half d1 is 24, you know, and d2 is 32. 16 to the 32, so you can divide it by 12 to the 24, and 12 to the 24 plus 2, 12 to the 36 plus 2 38, 384. Third one is the correct answer. Okay, now let's check from question number 25. What is the ratio of the volume of the cylinder and that of the cone on the same base on the same height? So for cone and the cylinder, okay, and a hemisphere. Okay, so these three you have to remember like this. First you have to keep this one cone, then hemisphere, then cylinder. Okay, you know, if the base and height is same, then the ratio between the cone and the hemisphere and cylinder is the ratio 1 is to 2 is to 3. Okay, so what will be the ratio of cone and cylinder? That is 1 is to 3. So here it is 1 is to 3 is not here, so you can check. It is asking the ratio of the volume of cylinder and cone. So it is opposite to that. That is 3 is to 1. Okay, cylinder is big. You know, cylinder is bigger than the hemisphere. Cylinder is bigger than the cone. So this is cylinder, and of the same height and base, if you draw the cone, this is the cone. Okay, so this cone is 1. The volume of the cone is equal to 1/3 of the volume of cylinder. Okay, so answer is 4. Okay, now question number 26. If the height of the radius of a cone are doubled, if the height and radius both are doubled of a cone, then find the volume of the cone becomes. Then the volume of the cone becomes. If you double the height and radius both, what will be the volume of the cone? How many times the volume of cone will change? Okay, so you know, volume of the cone, 1/3 of volume of cone is 1/3 of volume of cylinder. Okay, pi r square h. So this is the volume of cone. Now you have to double the radius. So the R will be 2R, that is whole square, and H will be 2H. Okay. So it will be finally it will be 4R square into 2H. So R square and H is the old one. So what is the increase? Increase is 4 into 2. Okay, 4 into 2. R square H 1 by 3 is same. So you will get 8 times the volume of this cone will increase by 8 times. If you increase the radius and height, double, if you double this height and radius, the volume of cone will be 8 times of the old cone. Okay. Now question number 27. Question number 27. The total surface area of hemisphere of volume 19404 cubic centimeter is. Okay. So what will be the total surface area? So both the formula you can write. Yes, total surface area of hemisphere volume is given like this. Volume is given as 19404. So volume is 2 by 3. This is hemisphere, not sphere. So 2 by 3 pi r cube. So this is the volume. Okay, so this is given as 19404. Okay, so what you can do, you can find r from here. So r will be equal to cube root. You have to take cube root of 19404, and rest of the thing will be shifted to this side. So it will be multiplied by 3 by 2. Okay, and multiply by 27 by 22. Okay, 7 by 22. So now you can cut it. You know, in Science school examination, every calculation is very easy. So everything will be reduced. Every big number is divisible by the other number. So you can divide it. So if you don't know anything, you can just check that this number is divisible by 11 by 4 plus 1, 9, 9 plus 4 plus 1, 5, 5 plus 4, 9, 9 minus 9 is 0. So you can easily say that this is divisible by 11. So you can cut it by 11. 11 1 is 11. So 8 is remaining 8, 84, 11 7 is 77. Then again remaining 4 plus 3, 7. Then it is 70. Then 11 6 is 66. Then you will get 4 as a reminder. So 4 and 4, 44, 11 4 is 44. So this you will cut 11 to the 22. Now here it is 64. This will be cut by 2 to the 4. So this 2 to the 4 will cut this one. 4 for the 16, 4 for the 16, 4 1 the 4. So now you have 441 into 3 into 7. Okay, r is equal to like this. Cube root. This is cube root. So if you divide 441 again, so you don't know how to find the cube root. So you have to do prime factorization. So 4 plus 4, 8 plus 1, 9. So it is divisible by 9 and 3 both. So you can start by 3. 3 1s are 3. 3 4s are 12 and 3 7s are 21. Again it is divisible by 3. 3 4s are 12 and 3 9s are 27. Again it is divisible by 7 7s are 49. Okay. So now you can write it here. R is equal to cube root of 3 into 3 into 7 into 7 into 3 into 7. So 3 times 3 and 3 times 7. So you can have 3 into 7 as R. So R is 21. So here you got the R. Now you can easily put it in the formula for the total surface area. So total surface area is 3 times pi r square. Okay. So 3 times 22 by 7 into 21 into 21. Okay. So it is 3 7 is 21. So what you will get, 3 to the 6, 3 to the 6, 66, and this one 63. 21 3 is a 63. Now you can multiply it. You will get 3 6 is 18, carry 1. 3 6 is 18, carry 1, 19. 6 is 36, carry 3, 6 is 36, 39. So 8, 9 plus 6, 5, carry 1, 9 plus 1, 10 plus 1, 11, carry 1, 3 plus 1, 4, 4, 1, 5, 8. So first one is your correct answer. Okay. Now you can see question number 28. Okay. In question number 28, this is very easy question. Without any pen, you can solve it. So 125, you can write it 5 to the power 3. And then again, you have power 1 by minus 1 by 3. So 3 will cut by 3. And then you have 5 to the power minus 1. That is equal to 1 upon 5. So second one is your correct answer. Now 29. The value of this Okay, so in this type of question, what you can do, you have to remove this powers. So this power is 3 to the 6. Okay, so you know 2 to the power 6 is 64. So 2 to the power 6 to the power 2 upon 6. Okay, so 6 will cut by 6, and you have 2 to the power 2, that is equal to 4. So answer is 4. Now the last question of this part, question number 30, the value of this. So you have all these powers in negative. So every fraction will be reciprocal. Okay, so this will be 1 upon 2 will be 2. 2 to the power 2 is 4, plus 1 upon 3 will be 3 to the power 2, so it will be 9, plus 1 upon 4, it will be 4 to the power 2, that is 16. 16 plus 9, that is 25, plus 4, 29. So fourth one is correct. So question number 1, this is very easy question. Okay, the additive identity of integers is additive identity. What is additive identity? So additive identity is always 0. Okay, why? Because whatever is the integer 1, 2, or 3, anything, if you add or subtract 0, you will get the same identity. Okay, you will get the same number. That's why it is called the additive identity. Okay, similarly there is one more identity that is called multiplicative identity. Okay, so that multiplicative identity is 1. Okay, because if you multiply anything by 1, you will get the same thing. That's why it is called multiplicative identity. Now question number 2. So here in 31, question number 31, answer is 1. Now question number 32, associative property of multiplication of integers are. Now we will see question number 32, associative property of multiplication of integers. As you know, what is associative property? So answer is it exists for the multiplication of integers. It exists. It does not exist. It holds without 0. That means associative property is there. It means it exists without 0, because 0 is also an integer. So it is excluding 0. Okay. And the fourth answer is none of these. So you know what is associative property. So if there is 2 into 3 into 4, you will get 24. And if you associate this, then also you'll get 24. If you associate this, then also you'll get 24. So associative property exists in multiplication of integers. So it does not depend on 0. So correct answer is 1. We'll check the next question, question number 33. If ABC is an equilateral triangle of side A, then its altitude is equal to. So what is its altitude? Suppose this is an equilateral triangle with side A. So this is the altitude. If it is the altitude, suppose it is h. So you know the area of triangle, equilateral triangle. This is root 3 by 4 a square. Okay, and which is equal to, if you check the area by the altitude and base, then it will be half base into height. So what is base? Base is a and height is h. So you have to find h. So take everything on the other side, or you can reduce it like this. A from a square will come to a, cut will by a, and 2 will cut this 4 by 2 to the 4. So what you will get, h is equal to under root 3 by 2a. Okay, so answer is 2, root 3 by 2a. Next question, question number 34. What is the number of possible outcomes in throwing 2 dice simultaneously? Okay, if you throw 2 dice, so in one dice there is 6 outcomes. If you throw 2 dice, so it will be not 6 to the 12. It is a wrong answer. Okay, it will be the square. Whatever the number of dices are there, that power will come. Okay, if 2 dices are there, so 6 to the power 2. And if there is 3 dice, then it will be 6 to the power 3. Okay, if there is coin, so for one coin there is possible outcome is 2, and there is 2. If there is 2 coins, so possible outcome is 4. If there is 3 coin, possible outcome is 8. If there is 4 coin, possible outcome is 16. Okay, like this. So correct answer here is 3. Now question number 35. 2 coins are tossed simultaneously. The probability of getting at most one head is. So the probability of getting at most one head is. So you can write the possible outcomes. If two coins are tossed, what is the possible outcomes? Maybe it is head, maybe it is tail, maybe it is head, maybe it is tail. So this is the 4 outcomes, and you have to be very careful by the statement. What is the statement? What probability it is asking? So the wordings are the most one head, at most. So at most means maximum there should be one head, but it can be no head. Okay, so this is not included in the probability. This you can include because there is no head. So no head you can include in it. Why? Because it is asking at most one head. So maximum it should be one head. Minimum it should be zero. So here it is zero, so it will be included. Here it is one, it is included. Here it is one, it will be included head. Okay. So there will be 3 out of 4. So the probability is 3 by 4. Okay, next question we will take question number 36. There is a food provision for 100 men for 30 days. If the number of men is reduced to 80, the number of days the food could last for, how many days it will last? So it's a very, very easy question. You have to just multiply 10 into 30. That will be equal to 80 into x. X will be the number of days. So what will be x? X will be equal to 10 into 30 divided by 80. So 10 8 80, 30 by 8. Okay, 30 by, sorry, it is 100. Okay. So 100 by 80, so 10. So it will be 4 to the 8, and it will be 100. You will cut 425 to 100. So it will be 25 3 the 75. So it will be 750 by 2. Okay. So 750 by 2, you can divide it. So we will check question number 36. There is a food provision for 100 men and for 30 days. If the number of men is reduced to 80, the number of days of food could last for. So it's a very easy question. Just you have to multiply 100 into 30. Okay, so 100 men will eat the same food in 30 days. That will be equal to 80 men will eat x days. Okay, so it will be same. So you can find x from here. So x will be equal to 100 into 30 divided by 80. Okay, so 8 you can 0 0 it will cut. So for 8 you can reduce it by 4 to the 8, and 425 is 100. So 25 3 is 75 and divided by 2. So 75 divided by 2 you can divide it. So it will be 2 3 is 6 and 2 7 is 14. So 37 1 by 2. 37 and half. Okay, 75. If you take half of 75, you will get 37 and half. Okay, so correct answer is 3. Okay, next question. Question number 37. A vertical pole 14 meter high cast a shadow 10 meter. What will be the height of a tree that casts a shadow of 15 meters? So suppose this is pole, this is 14 meter, this is its shadow 10 meter. Again, one tree is there. The height of a tree that casts shadow of 15. So height of the tree you don't know. So suppose it is x, and this is equal to, and the shadow is equal to 15 meter. Okay. So you have to take the ratio. So whatever will be the ratio of shadow, same ratio will be of the height. Okay. So ratio of shadow is 10 is to 15. That is 2 is to 5. 5 to the 10, 5 to the 15. 2 is to 3. Okay. So 2 is to 3. So 2 is to 3 equal to 14 is to x. So x will be equal to 14 into 3 by 2. 2 7 is 14, 7 is 21. Okay, so correct answer here is 21 meter. Okay. Next question is question number 38. If 15 workers can build a wall in 48 hours, how many workers will be required to do the same work in 30 hours? Same question. We have to do same like this 36. Question number 36. Same procedure is there. 48 hours. Okay, 15 men will work 48 hours to make a wall, and this will be equal to x men will work for 30 hours. Okay, so you can find x by multiplying this. So 15 into 48 divided by 30. So 15 to the 30, 2 for 24 to the 48. Okay, so correct answer is 24 men will work for 30 hours, then if the work will be finished. Okay, question number 39. If a plus b plus c is equal to 5 and ab plus bc plus ca is equal to 10. So a cube plus b cube plus c cube is equal to minus 3abc is. So what will be the value of this? You have to find. So for this question, you have to remember two formula. That is a plus b plus c whole square. That is a cube plus b cube plus c cube minus 3abc is equal to a plus b plus c, a square plus b square plus c square minus ab minus bc minus ca. Okay, this is the formula for into a plus b plus c. So this is the formula for a cube plus b cube plus c cube minus 3abc. Okay, you have given ab plus bc plus ca is equal to 10 and a plus b plus c is equal to 5. So you can put, so from a square plus b square plus c square, you don't have any number for any value for this. So you have to convert by this formula. You can convert it into a plus b plus c whole square minus of uh, 2ab plus 2bc. So minus 2 you can take common. So ab plus bc plus ca. Okay, this one. And there is, if you take minus this one, so you can get minus of 10. Okay, ab plus bc plus c is equal to 10. So here all are minus, so you can have minus 10. And again here a plus b plus c is equal to 5. Okay, now you can solve it. Here you can put 5 and this one you can put 10. So 5 5s are 25 minus 2 10s are 20. Okay, minus 10, and then you have to multiply it by 5. So 10 plus 20 30 minus 25, that will be minus 5. You multiply by 5, that is equal to minus 25. Okay, so here the answer is answer number 1 minus 25. I hope you understand. You have to remember these two formula. So first this one and second this one. Okay, so we'll check the next question, that is last question for this part, and this is very easy question. If you will see first time, it will be something difficult, but if you go to solve it, you will find very easy. So first it is given. So first you can see what is the after solving what you will get. So downside it is ab in denominator, and in numerator it is a square plus b square, that is equal to 2. So a square plus b square is equal to 2ab, that is equal to a square plus b square minus 2ab is equal to 0. Okay, so you can put this as the formula a minus b whole square is equal to 0. So a minus b is equal to 0, and that's why you can say a is equal to b. So once you get a is equal to b, so both are same, a cube is equal to b cube. Okay, a cube is equal to b cube. Okay, a and b are same, so the a cube minus b cube will be equal to 0. Okay, both are same. A is equal to b, you can find from here a is equal to b. That's why a cube minus b cube is equal to 0, a square minus b square is equal to 0. Any power, same power, it will be 0. Okay, base is same, power is same, so it will be 0. So answer is third. I hope you all understand these questions. Question number 41, factorization of 3 under root 3 x cube minus 8. Okay, so here you can either change it in a cube minus b cube in the form of a cube minus b cube, and formula for this is a minus b and a square plus b square plus ab. Okay, this is the formula for this. So root 3 x cube minus 8 you can write as root 3 x whole cube. Then you can get 3 root 3 x cube minus 2 to the power 3. Okay, this you can have like this formula a cube minus b cube. So this you can write as root 3 x minus 2, that is a minus b, and another one is a square, that means root 3 x square means 3x square, and then plus 2 square, that is 4, then plus 2 into root 3x, 2 into root 3x, that is ab. So you can match in this solution 1 2 3 4. So where is your answer? A is your answer, root 3x minus 2 and then 3x square plus 4 plus 2 root 3x. So correct answer is A. Okay, your correct answer is 1. We'll see the next question. Question number 42. At what distance does the point 12,5 lie from the origin? Okay, so this you can draw like this point. Okay, suppose this is origin, this is your Cartesian plane, and this point is 12,5. Okay, so this is 12, this is 5. Okay, this is 12, this is 5, and you have to find this distance. So from Pythagoras theorem, you know Pythagorean triplet 12, 5, and the other is 13. Okay, so what is the distance between this point and the origin? That is this hypotenuse of this triangle, that is 13. Okay, so correct answer is 13. Next question we will see, question number 43. A man at A can do a work in 25 days and B can do the same work in 20 days. If they work together for 5 days and then A leaves, in how many days B finished the remaining work? So first you have to find the per day capacity of A. So A's 1 day work is 1 by 25. B's 1 day work is 1 by 20. So both 1 day work will be added. It will be 100 by this LCM will be 100. 25 fours are 100 and 25 are 100. So 9 by 100. Okay, this is what is this? This is 1 day work of A plus B. Okay, both can do in 1 day 9 by 100 part of the work. Okay, both they work for 5 days. So how much work will be finished? So 525, 520 is 100. So 9 by 20 work will be finished by A and B in 9 days, in 5 days. Okay, what is the remaining? So complete work is always 1. So you have to subtract it from 1 minus 9 by 20. It will be 11 by 20. Okay, so this is the remaining work for B is 11 by 20. So how many days it will take? So 1 day work for B is in 1 day, how much B can work? It can work 1 upon 20. So 1 upon 20, he can work 1 by 20. So it will take 11 days to finish this work. So by multiplying 11, you can get 11 by 20. And this is the remaining work. Okay, so this is very easy question. This type of question, if you remember, if you try to learn the formula and put this numbers in the formula, then you will be confused. So better you understand what is the condition. So according to condition, you can add and subtract and you can get answer easily. Okay, don't go for the formula. Formula will always confuse you. Okay, now we'll see question number 44. The difference of a 2-digit number and the number of 10 by reversing the digits is always multiple of what? Okay, so for this, don't go for formula. Just take any number of 2 digits like 42 and subtract the number by reversing the digit. So it will be 24. Subtract it. 8 plus 4 12 and 2 plus 1 3 is 18. Okay, 18 is multiple of what? 9. So it will be answer will be 9. Okay, so any 2-digit number, if you take any 2-digit number like 31, subtract 13, you can get 9 plus 8. 8 plus 3 is 11, and here 1 plus 1 to 18. It is always multiple of 9. Okay. Next question, we will check question number 45. In a triangle, if 2 angles are complementary, then the measure of third angle is, if the measurement of 2 angle of a triangle is complementary. Complementary means 90 degree. So other angle will be 90 degree. So that it will be 180 degree complete measurement of one triangle. Angle sum of a triangle is 180. So you will have the third angle of 90 degree. So answer is 4. Okay. Next question is 46. If the exterior angle of a triangle is 60 degree and the interior opposite angles are in the ratio 1:3. So let us draw like this. Okay. So if you say this one is 60 degree, then interior opposite will be this 1:3. So this angle will be of 120. So remaining this will be 1 plus 3. The angle A and angle B will be equal to 60 degree. Okay. So 3 plus 1, that is the ratio of these angles are 4. So you have to divide it by 4. So it will be 4 15 is 60. Okay. So one part you will get 15 plus 3 part you will get 45. So for 55 plus 15 it will be 60 degree. So angle will be 120 degree, 15 degree, 45 degree. Okay, 120, 45 and 15 degree, that is third. Okay. Now question number 47. If a transversal intersects 2 parallel lines, like this, then the consecutive interior angles on the same side of the transversal are. So interior angles are this. Okay. So consecutive in the same side. So this and this. So this will be not equal. It will be supplementary. The addition of these 2 angles will be equal to 180 degree. That is called supplementary angle. Okay. Answer is 2. This and this will be added, it will be 180 degree. This and this will be 180 degree. Okay. Now next question, question number 49. Line L is perpendicular to line M. Suppose this is M, L is perpendicular to M. And line M is perpendicular to line N. Okay. There is line N, it is perpendicular to M is perpendicular to N. Okay. Then the lines L and N are, so these 2 lines are always parallel. Okay. These 2 L and N will be parallel to each other. Okay, answer is 1. Next question, question number 49. From the pie chart, the shares of central angle for food and fuel respectively are. So food is this one. Food is this one, this black color, and fuel is this one, 5%. Okay, you can see here 5%, this is 61%. Okay, so both the shortcut for this question, everyone knows how to find this question, but the shortcut so that you can take less time to finish this question, just add it. 61 plus 5, it is 66%. Okay, 66% is what? 66% means two-third of this. Okay, two-third of this is not exactly two-third. Exactly two-third is 66.66%. Okay, but okay, but near about two-third. Okay, 66% is near about two-third. So two-third means 3 ones are 3, multiply by 360, 3 ones are 3, 3 2 are 6, 0, 0. 120 into 2, that will be 240. Okay, 240 degree, it should be 240 degree. Adding both should be 240 degree. Okay, so which one will come 240, near about 240? Here it will be 230. Here it will be 229.6. Here will be 218, 232, 230, 18 plus 9. Okay, 18 plus 10, 228. Okay, 18 plus 10, 220, around 228. And this will be around 237. Okay, 219 and this 18, 237.6. So this is very near to 240. So this will be your correct answer. Otherwise, you can find 61%. Okay, and then 5%, then add it to both, it will come. The same angle will come 219.6 and 18%. Okay, 18 degree. 5% is 18 degree and 61% is 219.6. You can find it. Otherwise, if you want shortcut, you can do like this. How I have done this question. The same way you can do it. Okay. Why? Because in Sainik School examination, you cannot solve all 50 questions within the given time. Within the limited time, you cannot solve all 50 questions normally. So you have to be very fast, very smart. So without solving the question, you have to guess the answer perfectly. Okay. Now the last question, question number 50. What is the alternate name of the pie chart? So alternate name for the pie chart is circle chart. Okay. You can have circle chart or you can have pie graph. Okay. You can have pie graph, pie chart, pie diagram, okay, scatter diagram, anything you can say. Okay, so here answer will be 3, circle chart. I hope you all enjoyed the video. If you like the video, please press the like button and share it to your friends who are preparing for Sainik School examination. If you want to join our coaching class, online coaching class on Zoom, you can directly contact my WhatsApp number and you can join the WhatsApp group for All India Sainik School Entrance Examination 2022. Most probably the exam will be on 22 January, means first Sunday of the January 2022, year 2022. So we are starting the classes from 1st of July, the next month, already June 13. We have finished already June 13. So we will start the class on 1st July. Okay, those who are interested, please mention your name and your address in the WhatsApp. You can directly WhatsApp on my number. Okay, thank you very much for watching this video. Please subscribe if you like this channel. Please subscribe and share this channel. Okay, thank you very much.